Hello, everyone. This show is Making a Difference, and I'm your host, Jon Heymann. It's great to have you with us today, and I am very pleased to have with me Tanner Lee. He worked for Colliers, which is an industrial real estate organization, company. Actually, it's the largest in the world. But he's actually here today to talk about something he's personally involved with, and it's called AMI Kids here in Duval County, except it's a lot bigger than just Duval County. Tanner, great to have you with us on the show. Tell us a little bit about, and I have a book that your students have written, which is pretty cool. We'll talk about that in a minute. But tell us a little bit about AMI Kids.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on today. And so, yeah, AMI Kids, we're here locally in Jacksonville, Duval, and Clay County. So we have 3 schools local, but overall we're in 44 organizations through 9 states. And so we're servicing 5,000 kids a year. And at the end of 2025, our goal will be to have serviced 20,000 kids a year. So we have some lofty goals ahead of us, but the groundwork is laid. And the youth that we're servicing are troubled youth that are going in the system, coming in and out of the system. Basically, we are there to intercept them and try to redirect their life. We also are preventative as well. So we also have Duval is a school for middle school students who are just maybe acting out in class, not showing up to school, things like that. And so we consider them possibly at risk of going into the system. And so we step in at that point and try to redirect them. And, it's amazing. You see these kids come in and they act out as, youth can. And but within 2 weeks, their whole demeanor changes. Once they get inside an environment where they feel, people actually care about them, they want them to do good, there's no ulterior motive, it's like they're able to be kids again. Yeah. And so,
well, Tanner, you're the chair of the board of this organization.
Correct.
And it's volunteer. You don't get paid for that. What I'm familiar with is, because I worked in the Department of Corrections for a little while, this is a fantastic step between them getting in more and more trouble. And what I spoke at your graduation a few years ago,
That's right.
and I was impressed with the students that I met from there. Tell me what's unique about the approach to these kids that they're not going to get in another school.
Yeah, so I would say it's the individual goals that we put on the kids. So instead of a standard school where there could be, you just check these boxes and you get to move on to the next level, these kids come in, and to your point, it's coming through the Department of Juvenile Justice. So they are recommended to our AMI Kids Jacksonville location. And so this is their chance, right? And so the kids come in, and let's just say one item could be, we'd like you to wear a belt every day when you come. It's as small as that. And it seems small, but for that kid, he doesn't want to do it. But we want to make them presentable, and we want to set them up to when they enter, when they become adults, that they are prepared for the world that we live in. And so it's as small as wearing a belt every day, tucking in your shirt every day. When you meet someone, shake their hand, look them in the eye. And you'd be amazed when you walk into our schools. And I'm happy to give a tour to anyone who's watching. If you'd like a tour, we're always welcome. I'll be there. And we actually have the kids do the tours. And you're going to meet this kid, and you're say, "How are you in here? How were you ever in the justice system at all?" It's unbelievable.
You all have done a fantastic job breaking down their defiance to realize that love does cover a multitude of sins, that when they're loved and cared for and obviously educated, that they have a bright, bright future. Am I correct?
That is correct, yep. And we also provide mental health skills, and that's really big for a lot of these kids, and vocational skills as well. So it's not just, yes, we are helping them out with their schooling, but we're also preparing them for the real world. And so, one of the items that you have there in your hand, we taught the kids how to publish a book.
Tell us a little bit about that and hold that up.
Yeah,
so folks can see it.
It's called Young Men Rising. It's a collection of honest and young thoughts from honest young minds. And so we had the kids, we helped them with their writing skills, and they really published what was on their mind. But we, instead of just making a book to share we actually taught them how to publish a book. So they're all published authors, the kids that you read here.
I read through some of it. It's really impressive. And I'm an author of a book, so it's really impressive what these young people are already up to. Fantastic.
Yeah, and so we actually give these away for free.
Wow.
And, you know, it's more about the process and teaching the kids, you know, what they can do, what can be done. And so that's what this is about.
Well,
and so
I'm going to say that if you all contact Tanner at the bottom of the screen and you want a book, it's free, but a donation is really appreciated. So thank you, everybody, for watching this show. Thank you, Tanner, for being our guest. And pick up a copy of this book. I'm impressed with it. So thank you very much for being a part of the show. Have a wonderful day. Blessings.